good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a 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 good day. Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, really gonna rise to the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, grow hard, got what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
I don't have the energy for you today.
Never thought of energy as...
All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of The Ordinary Game. We're up to episode 6 now, and as you can tell, we're going to be talking about bad movies and bad advice. But first, again, I am LeftEye E.G.O, and today I am joined with the too distracted Shiro right now. Ma'am, what's going on?
Trying to get everything together, the dogs, the phone, all of it, because you wanted to wait till 11:15 to sit down.
I gave that, ma'am, I had to go get your tacos, okay? I was okay eating the tacos that we were given, okay?
Because you got the tacos you wanted.
I got one taco that I wanted. I didn't order bean and cheese.
I didn't order bean and cheese.
Exactly, but you've eaten bean and cheese before.
Yeah, but that's not what I wanted.
See, that this 15 minutes is on you. That's why. That is why that's why we're late, okay? It wasn't me taking my liberties for my month, okay? It was because she wants to have her tacos and she has to have them now, okay? Anyway, we'll address the chat while we got time here. Wookie be back. Hail, good sir. Miss Kanoy Sasquatch. Morning, Mr. Kanoy Sasquatch. What's going on? And who else we got on here? Shiro's talking to everybody here. And we got, Diana. Better late than ugly. That is hilarious. Oh, my goodness. All right. So, first things first that we wanted to talk about, you got to go ahead and go to the time frame, baby. Let's go to the time frame. There you go.
Okay.
Boomer. Anyway, this is the one that's helping me with Twitter, y'all. Making thumbnails. Anyway, so we promised to tell you guys about, first things first, the picture that is on the actual thumbnail for today. Okay, so picture is from a cooking class we went to. When did we go there? Last year?
Yeah, I'd say it was almost a year now. We
Uh.
were in the other our apartment at the time.
Had to have been the summer because it was hot as balls.
Yeah.
Okay, it was hot as balls, so it had to have been the summer, or March, depending, because it's Texas.
And you were wearing light blue pants. I mean,
That's right. It had to have been the summer. Anyway, so we're at this place. It's Sur La Table. It's really nice. These really nice cooking classes. They pretty much have all the ingredients there, and all you pretty much have to do is chop it up, throw it on the pan, and enjoy. Right. So we're walking up there. We're getting there, and so the way it works is everyone's ushered in for a few minutes, and then you wind up going to your prospective sides of the table. And so what they do is everyone's name is on a paper that they cut out into strips, and they wind up
that's like a
putting.
name tag, right? It was like the sticky name tags.
It was a sticky name tag, but the thing is, they also put it like by your table.
Well, exactly. Continue.
See how defensive she is? She already knows her fault. This is what happens, right? So we're putting on our name tags, right? E.G.O, Shiro. But when it comes to putting the plates down, they put down my name, and then someone's name that's a season. So we'll just call her Summer, right? So they put my name next to Summer, and they put Shiro's name on the other side of the. Hey, knock it off. Sorry, guys. And they put Shiro's name at the other side of the table. So she's like, "Oh, so you brought one of your little girlfriends to our date?" Summer is right next to her.
Him.
You said it so loud that Summer, the lady who actually was there by herself, everyone else was coupled off but Summer. And so
she was waiting on a date, I think.
All I'll know is that her name was the only one left out. Everyone
no,
else
it wasn't left out. It was left with you.
See? Not even apologizing now.
I said, who is Summer?
You said it so loud. It's like, oh my God, who is Summer? You brought one of your little girlfriends to our date? And again, Summer is right there. And now Summer is beat red and everyone's turned around looking. What?
I didn't think I said it that loud.
Ma'am, I heard you. I would have heard you without hearing aids.
I'm going to blame you. I said it loud so you could hear me because you have hearing issues. So
wow, ma'am, there was no background noise at all. I heard it. So anyway, it gets worse because no one shows up to be apparently Summer's date. And the problem I had was the fact that I think Summer came there by herself. Must have been like, hey, treat yourself. And then
eat, pray, love.
Eat, pray, love. Well, she ain't eating now. So what happened was, we pretty much another couple that came in because they overbooked. She's like, you guys can have my spot. It just moonwalks out of our styled cooking class.
I felt so bad. It was just a joke because I was giving him a hard time because I knew they messed up. Like, I'm not a dummy.
Just wanted to make sure. Anyway, I mean, I just wanted to make sure y'all know that this is what it's like sometimes, all right? When she's out here being like that's what can happen. Anyway, so we're also going to be getting to, at this point, why I owe Shiro 3 rom-coms, okay? And, okay, here's what happened, right? I've been telling y'all, and I actually just want to double check. Are you guys hearing us okay? Just want to double check, make sure the audio is coming through. You hearing everything okay on that side? It's turned up?
Let's see.
Hearing us okay? Just want to double check. Okay, back on the audio. There we go. Just wanted to double check, all right? So this is what happens. So I have been waiting for months for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey to come out, okay? Apparently this film was supposed to be because Winnie the Pooh... What would you like to challenge, my love? Since I have not even gotten out what I was going to say.
The name is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
The challenge flag, y'all. So
did you really think it was going to be that good?
No, I was just like, hey, I'll watch it. Sounds interesting enough. So let's see what happens. Why? I mean, what did you think? I mean, you still wanted to go see it. It
just sounds hokey out of the gate.
Yes.
Why would I want to pay $15 a person to go see that?
Oh, a person. I mean, because I said I wanted to.
Oh, a person.
I wanted to.
You don't know how much movies cost?
I thought it was $15 total. You said it was $15. I'm like,
no, I meant for myself. I would have just,
wow.
You could have gone with somebody else. I don't know.
Well, I was gonna go with Summer, but you know. So anyway, yeah. So what happened was, so it was supposed to be because Winnie the Pooh is public domain now, which means anyone can make a movie called Winnie the Pooh and not get sued by, I guess, what was Disney that had it last, right? So I'm like, I want to see what this is like. And so I told Shiro, I said, hey, look, I want to go see it. It's open the day after Valentine's Day. I know we don't really do a Valentine's Day, but I would like for us to do on a date night, go see Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. So she's like, cool. And so she's saying that, okay, well, there's only one theater that's showing it at one time. And I said, okay, well, go to that one because apparently Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey only got put out in Mexico and like 1,500 theaters across the nation otherwise. So I'm like, cool, I can go. So we went to go see it, Friday?
Yes. That was my Friday night.
It was the most unintentionally funny horror movie I have ever seen. Oh my god. Do you want me to tell the ways or should you? Oh man. Oh god.
I knew 2 minutes into the movie that I was gonna hate it. Hate. First of all, spoiler alert, Christopher Robin is in the first 2 minutes of the movie and gets captured. And you're thinking to yourself, am I going to have to watch this fool run through the forest the whole movie? But no, I'm not. They bring in like girls who are going away to like their Airbnb in these woods. And then there's a whole theme of one of the, I guess she might be an Instagram model, like dancing in her room. And that's all they do. They don't kill her. They just show us that she has tits and ass. It was a terrible movie. Oh, and then Pooh can't turn his neck. So every time he's like...
The funny thing is he turns his shoulders and they do a duh sound when he does it. When he hears something, he looks up and then his whole shoulder turns. It's like duh. Oh, it was so funny. I will tell you that one of the funniest parts was so Pooh and actually Piglet. Basically the theme is that Christopher Robin has to leave to, be an adult. And so while he leaves, like all the other forest animals in a 100-acre forest die except Pooh and Piglet, right? So they make a pact. We're gonna go feral. We're never talking again. And Christopher Robin shows up. It's on site, right? So what happens is Christopher Robin and his fiance show up, and he takes her into the woods to tell her, hey, Pooh, Piglet, and the squad, they're real people. And she's like, I believe that you believe they're real.
She said, okay, honey.
Right, but maybe this isn't a good idea. And so, they wind up, something happens to the fiance and Christopher Robin gets captured. The funny thing is that you would think that he'd be in a raggedy t-shirt with no pants. No. Pooh got on
overalls.
He had a flannel overalls and Timberland boots.
Oh yeah, so that was one of the thoughts I had during the whole freaking thing. Every time they showed his feet, he had these nice Timbs on, and I'm like, where did Pooh get these Timbs?
It was so funny. Like the thing is, so one of the girls is trying to get over, basically having a peeping Tom in her house, and so she's like, "Hey, we need to get away, go into nature. Let's go book an Airbnb near 100-acre forest, right?" And so they're there, and one of the girls gets picked off by Pooh. I will say the kill scenes were really graphic.
Well, so I will give them credit for that. The kill scenes were on par, like straight up horror. You saw everything, and they made it a little like uncomfortable for you because they would linger on the horror, like gruesome scene. every single one of them. Like normally in movies now, like they show it to you, like you get like a second, right?
Yeah.
You see it, but it doesn't like hang there. This movie, they make it hang there, every single one.
Yes.
So if you want to, like I guess you said maybe a cult classic horror, what is it, gore movie?
It
I
was
don't know
like
what
it was
the-
almost like on par with Saw in some aspects.
Mm,
Yeah, because
you
when
think
he
so?
when he runs so basically Piglet runs over a chick's head.
Yeah.
And like you see her eye pop out first, and then the rest of her skull gets crushed. It's in gruesome detail, like that kind of stuff, on par somewhat with Saw. And yes, at least for me, Pooh is not a bear. They are crazies, and Robin is crazy. I can see that because I mean it was absolutely stay away from my comics. Hey, ma'am, don't play with me today. I'm sorry, guys. So anyway, one of the funniest parts is where they go out for like a walk and they come back and then like it's written "get out" in blood, and it's like, oh my god, it's written from the outside. We need to actually go hide in the house. And so while they're trying to hide, one girl says, I forgot, I have a gun. And so everyone in the theater was like, this bitch. And
Not
so,
only does she have a gun, though.
okay, so they're like, yeah, we like, hey, I have a gun. So they run up and she can't find where she put the gun that she remembers that she had. And once she pull out,
I don't know what it is, but it was the biggest gun, I think, like handgun.
it was
I think I've ever seen, and I was like, how do you forget it? How do you forget where you put that thing?
she pulled out a 357 Magnum, y'all. And it was like the gun was this big, and she has to hold it with like two hands, right? So they get the gun there. They go back to like the staircase, right?
Yeah.
They're at the staircase, right? Pooh is at the bottom of the stairs.
They have clear advantage
They
here.
have the high ground. They have concealed cover. All they gotta do is go over and pop some Pooh, right? They do not take the shot. They don't even give us a reason why they don't take the shot, right?
No, they just run closer to
They-
him, right? Like,
No, well, that was the other thing. So one of their friends,
we're giving away the whole movie.
I mean, according to you, I'm not sure many people are going to see it because of how
Well,
bad it was. So what happens is, whatchamacallit? Does Pooh? No, he does not. He gets people with a sledgehammer. So that was one thing. He was wrecking people with a sledgehammer. He put a chick in a wood chipper at one point. It was real. So one of their friends gets knocked out and they're dragging her back to 100 Acre Forest. Again, she has a 357 Magnum in her hand, concealed cover, clear shot from 8 feet. They said, no, even at this distance, I'll still miss. We need to follow them deeper into the 100 Acre Forest. And I just about lost it at that one. I was like, you see, okay, so yeah, go ahead. No one's going to watch this. Okay, so shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. Okay. So,
I have to relive this again.
oh yeah,
Great.
everyone has got to get this. So basically, what had happened at one point was Piglet chases two girls into like an indoor pool house, right? And so one girl just falls back, hits her head, knocks herself out. The other one falls into the pool, and the thing is, Piglet gets in the pool with her and is wading in the water with her and swinging a sledgehammer, and just like, wait, you're not going to get out of the pool. You're not going to swim the other direction. No. She just backs up until she can't get out. And Piglet just knocks her hell out. And then is swinging a sledgehammer in a pool. What is like, you're breaking up the energy you'd have if you were on land to do this. And so where are we at that point? She's like, they go deeper into 100 Acre Forest. They find a lady that's been tortured, what seems like for weeks. And they start asking her questions while she's chained up, and no one wants to actually help her get out of the chains. And when they help her out of the chains, they just take off the loop that's around her neck.
Yeah, they just take out the rope. Like the chains, it was like she was holding on to the chains. I'm not sure. So for me, let me just tell you, the most ridiculous part of this whole fucking movie is that Pooh apparently can karate chop hands off of people.
I set the stage.
Oh, I'm
You're
sorry.
jumping way ahead. I was getting there.
Like, I just want it
Okay.
to end, honestly.
I know. No, everyone's reliving this. Okay. So they help a woman out and they take the chains off her, which is literally like she's chained up 4 different ways. They take the chain off her neck, and then like everything else just falls, and they just carry her to safety. But then she's mad. She's like, they're gonna pay for what they did to me, that piglet. So she takes the 357 Magnum that the other girls had but did not use, and she's like, here, piggy, piggy, piggy. Here, piggy, piggy, piggy. And so like she looks dead in one area and shoots.
At nothing.
At
like,
nothing.
we don't know why she shot the gun.
Then Piglet comes out of the corner. He's like, what's up with it? Right? And then she starts pulling the trigger. No more ammo. Apparently, someone loaded a 357 Magnum with one round. And then that was it. And so at that point,
Safety first, honey.
I mean, it wasn't no safety. Like, she just shot it like she knew what she was doing. And then now it don't work. And then she winds up getting killed off, right? So then these girls are running through the forest, and then they wind up being on the side of the road and wave down a pickup truck with 4 dudes in it, right? And I like this part because the 4 guys are like, "What's going on?" Like, "Oh my God, save us from Pooh!" Like, what's wrong with you? Save you from Pooh? Save us from Pooh! And so Pooh is in the middle of the road with his Timberlands on, his jeans, and his flannel. Like, what's up with it? So they're like, no, we're gonna handle this, right? And so all 4 of these guys get out of the truck. One's got a bat. He's just going square up with fists. The other one has a crowbar, and the other one has a bottle, right? I'm not sure if she caught this, but you know how you're supposed to hold a crowbar when you're being menacing, but you hang the hook end at them. Like, this is the long end, the hook end's at the end. You're like, man, I'm going to mess you up. He had it upside down. He had the sharp end pointed at him too. So I'm like, there was no attention to detail. Then it goes back to him holding the crowbar.
Whole movie, there wasn't. That's why I felt like my $15 was a waste, because they didn't even care enough to pay attention to any of the details, any of them. Like, you know, one minute she'd have the gun, the next minute she wouldn't.
She did continuity errors.
Like, what'd she do with it? And the whole like untying of that lady, she was clearly chained. But then they said, no, we'll just take this rope off your neck and it will be fine. It made no sense.
So these 4 guys like surround Pooh. They're like, yo, you don't start talking, you're not gonna be walking, right? And so they surround him and they just start wailing on him. One guy hits him with a bat in the chest, the legs, they're going at him. And then all Pooh does is just stand back up. First thing he does is he slaps a guy so hard, he slaps half of his face off. I will give credit. I've never seen someone's face slapped off before. That's a power slap. Then he holds one guy's hand out and karate chops his hand off. He karate chop slits another guy's throat. And I forget what he did to the last guy.
I think he stepped on his head, honestly.
Oh, yeah, he curb stomped him. Yes.
Yeah.
He curb stomped him into putty. And so then he starts running after the girls, but they run him over. But somehow he winds up in the back of the pickup truck and gets on it, right? And he's on the hood, just kind of slapping the windshield. And Shiro's like, this motherfucker slapped half a face off and karate chopped off a hand. He does not know how to get into a pickup truck. I cannot stand this. And so at one point, all they do is like slam on the brakes to like knock Pooh off of the truck. The next scene, this woman's face is completely bloodied. I'm like, baby, they hit a tree.
She's passed out.
She's passed out. Her face is on the horn. And you look up, it looks like her nose is broken. She's bleeding all over her forehead. I'm like, did I miss the part where they must have hit a tree? Because I've never seen someone break so hard that they broke their own nose. No, didn't even hit a tree. Just middle of the road.
Later, they show the truck in the middle of the road, and like maybe she hit Pooh when he fell off the car. Maybe
because they ran him over first.
Okay, so they ran over him, right?
Right, but she didn't stop. And then she stopped and threw him 50 feet. Like, you would have thought that she hit something to cause that kind of facial contusion and bleeding. I still can't figure
that part out, so.
Yes. It was pretty funny. Like I said, I'm going to spoil the whole thing. Like, at the end, damn near everybody dies but Christopher Robin. And he just takes off while Pooh just stabs the shit out of the last lady. And then that's it. I will say the funny thing is that if you go to Regal Theaters, they have closed captioning glasses you can get, right? And so there are torture scenes where Pooh is torturing Christopher Robin and this other girl, right? So the thing is that you can hear the music as dun 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 dun. And I'm telling Shiro, like, can you hear what they're saying? She's like, no, like, this is what they're saying, literally. That place, that smell, something, 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 something. That place, that smell. I was like,
That's really the song. They say something, 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 something. Thank God I didn't hear that. I would have walked out of the fucking theater. I would have left you to watch that damn movie. I'd have gone and got me a sandwich or something. I don't know.
Oh man, gosh.
It was the worst hour and a half of my life. I'm never gonna go back.
Oh man. So the thing is that she was like, why are you actually like, why are you laughing so hard? Yes, they actually say something. The thing is like, you might have to get a closed captioning device because you can't really hear it.
Yeah, you can't hear that.
She didn't know it when I saw it. It just said over the captioning something, something, something. And I'm like, wow, they really are saying something, 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 something. That place, that smell. I was laughing my ass off in the theater. I don't know if anyone else was laughing.
The guy next, well, a few seats down, he was laughing too. I think we were the first ones to laugh pretty loudly, and then the rest of the theater kind of just like
went with it.
Oh
yeah, at a certain point I was like, why are you actually expecting anything to change here? Like, this is
yeah.
I don't know if y'all have seen a B horror movie. It was worse than that. Because at least horror, because at least B horror movies, there's actual an attempt at acting at a certain point.
True. I mean, they always have the sex scene, but I mean, what horror film doesn't? Or the naked scene. You forgot about that. That's how forgettable it was.
In every horror movie, you know that there's at least a topless scene, right? The girl with the biggest, she was like a double D cup.
She was well endowed.
She was quite endowed, right? She would take all the pictures like this or like this. No titties. We didn't see any titties. Actually, the ones we did, she had Nintendo button titties. And she was the one that went in the wood chipper. Like, that's what they wasted their topless scene
They were
on.
like sock puppet, too. They weren't like...
Wow.
Well, they were. Like, all the meat was on the side, and I don't know. It was
that
just
was
weird.
Word. I just said Nintendo buttons.
It was weird. She had weird boobs.
I said she had and you said sock puppets. Wow. Wow. See how ruthless women have no cap on their insults at all.
Well, so did you notice that she wasn't wearing a bra when she was like running to hide?
What was there to hold up?
I mean, she was bouncing.
I couldn't even know it was that.
I knew that she was going to be the one that we saw her boobs because she clearly didn't have a bra on. So he just ripped her shirt off.
I can't stand that. Yes, Nintendo buttons. They really were. There was no up down start BA on that. Just BA. That was it. Yes, but at the end it was like the thing is I think people were in there trying to take it seriously. And I think once we started laughing at some of like the obvious continuity errors, like she was in a gas station by herself and her friends were in the car. She's like, it seems like no one's here.
Yeah, she like yelled out like. And we didn't even know people were in the car with her because we're like, who's she yelling at?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, y'all should watch that. Please. y'all go watch it. Miss
Cannoli is never going to speak to me again if we have to fucking review that movie.
It's 90 minutes. All I'm saying is it's going to be a cult classic for how terrible it is. But I said, hey, this is what public domain means. It means it could be anything that you want it to be, and as long as you know that going in, you can't really just be disappointed. All I know is I was laughing my ass off. Oh man,
yeah.
There wasn't, the plot didn't make sense. No real story.
Like these random girls. That's who I just know. I don't know.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to watch it. I mean, it's gonna wind up being a cult classic for how bad it is. But I just mean, like, they didn't explain why Pooh is standing up now, running at people like a person, like a human.
Oh, at one point he turns into a giant, right?
That was a weird thing because it was supposed to show him how he could slap a guy's face in half. Did he turn into a giant?
Well, no. So when they're showing him, like with throughout the whole movie, he looks. Yeah, he's tall, but pretty on scale with like human size.
He was.
And then when they showed the four guys around him, he was like.
He was about
5 feet taller than them.
That's true. Yeah. So at one point Pooh was like 12 feet at one point. But yes, it was absolutely hilarious. I just know that I've never seen Shiro that irritated.
Well, I'm also irritated because I was actually a little excited to see that Peter Pan one you've been talking about.
Yes.
And if it's the same maker, like, count me out. I really don't want to. I can't.
All I'm saying, y'all, look, there's going to be Escape from Neverland, right? Because Peter Pan is also public domain now. So it's about people trying to escape Neverland because Peter Pan won't let them leave. And Tinkerbell is an obese meth addict, okay? All I'm saying is that's why we knew she had that dust on her. What?
That's your draw to the movie?
Yes. I mean, well, Peter Pan did actually kill kids that wanted to leave.
I get that.
I'm just like, you don't want.
But if it's as terrible as this movie was, like,
I was. I just know that I'm gonna be entertained by how awful it is. It's like someone that's trying to be a comedian but knows that they're the joke the entire time. As long as you don't think you're actually funny, but you are funny, then I'm gonna watch it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Answer Dempsey.
We're here.
Bears are pretty big.
One time he got bigger, like
it was just the one time.
It was, but it was like he was. Pooh was at least 6'2".
Yeah, he was a grown ass man.
He was 6'2", 250, but then he was like 9'8".
Around these guys,
400?
like and even with Christopher Robin, like when he's hanging, Pooh is face to face with him.
Yes.
So
and
he's
Christopher
not
Robin.
like
Christopher Robin couldn't have been a 5'10". So it was weird. It was kind of like watching Ang Lee's Hulk. He got bigger depending on who he was with. So Christopher Robin, he was like close to 6 feet. But around these guys, he was like 9 feet. It was weird. The thing is like they don't really give you how tall Pooh is because he's standing the whole goddamn time. Like he doesn't get on all fours and run. He just looks at you and then just starts running.
But why would Pooh go on all fours?
He's a bear.
Yeah, but in the cartoon, he walked on 2 legs. He never got on all fours, right?
I guess, yeah.
I
guess I didn't think about that.
You
Weird.
expect him to run all fours?
See, that's why I'm embracing the insanity of the whole thing. So hold on. So you can be okay with that, but do you have a problem with the movie?
It's true to the
You said he wore overall. I was expecting him to have a tight red shirt and no pants.
Well, so was I. I was expecting them to give him the bottom half of a bear. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. See, yeah, come on, you gotta go see it. It was like, I was like, honestly, if you want to do a movie Madness Mayhem on a Monday, I'll join you for that. That Lord. Shit was hilarious. I mean, you're just like, well, hey, I can't believe this is that bad. But then I know that when they were doing that place that smells something, I lost it at that point. Oh my goodness, help of a strong woman. See, but yeah, that's what I was saying. It was like, but these women, it was weird with how they were trying to be strong because one was a therapist.
They weren't. None of them were. What are you? Only one of them was, and she was like, "You need to get it together." And she's the first one that fucking dies. I would have thought she would have survived. Fuck all them hoes. I'm out. You guys suck at life. Like, but she's the first one.
Oh my god, y'all! It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I will have to say, oh wait, what's this one? Funny or Die episode. Blockhead's Revenge. All right, I'll have to add that on there now so that I don't forget because Cher knows if I don't write things down or do it immediately, I'm gonna forget. Funny or Die block.
What are you doing?
I'm just putting it on here so I can have it for later. There you go.
Oh.
Boom. Yeah, I do that all. I have all those open, so I have tabs. They're actual tabs that are open.
I have tabs.
Yeah, I know.
They're all open. I got them.
Yeah. Guys, if you are married, you know that your wife is like 50 tabs open in a laptop. You just don't know which one's running at what time. And, there's a tab that's when you have him in it. There's a tab of, I just find it funny. There's a tab of, did you? The tab 2, you know what I'm thinking. And yeah, there's at least 50 of them. Guys, 2 tabs. One is what we're currently doing, which is nothing. And the other one's a blank one to fill in autocorrect, whatever she's saying. Do you remember? That time when you said, shit, delete. Just delete. Nope. It's taking too long. So whenever y'all ask a question, every guy has that loading sign on his forehead, just like trying to type in what we think y'all are gonna say in our search bar. But yeah, so because of how terrible she said that Blood and Honey was, now I'm indebted to her up to 3 rom-coms. I am not allowed to critique. I'm not allowed to choose. I'm not allowed to really say anything but laugh and say, yes, dear. Is that correct?
But I would just like to point out, I actually pick good movies. So, like last night, I chose a pretty good movie, and you were laughing the whole time.
It was. Shotgun Wedding was actually pretty funny. The Jennifer Lopez and Josh Duhamel movie was actually, it was really funny, actually. Yeah. Lenny Kravitz actually did a really good job acting.
I enjoyed
I've
it.
never seen him actually act before, but did a really good job. I will say that she chose a good one. It's just, I know that at some point she's going to want to choose one that's going to be really ridiculous and Hallmarky.
Oh yeah, I'm holding out on the one that I really want to see.
Somebody I used to know.
Yeah.
Please,
oh yeah, it's going down for real.
Guys, somebody I used to know has the dumbest premise from a man's point of view. Hey, life's not going well for me, so I'm gonna go back to my small town. Oh my God, there's my ex-boyfriend. Could this mean something? I'm invited to go hang out with them, but oops, it's his fiance. And I have to hang out with him and his fiance and all our old friends the weekend before he gets married, and I didn't know what to do. That's the movie.
That is not that. They
that
both
is the movie.
have significant others, don't they?
No, she doesn't.
Oh.
Why would the movie be? The movie would be interesting then. That would make it interesting.
Why is it not interesting, honey? People do this all the time. They think about their past and like, oh, what could have been? And then, some movies, they're like, I messed up. I was just trying to push you out of my heart.
No.
And then other ones are like, I'm moving on. See ya.
And those, I'm moving on. See, that's a 5-minute movie. I'll watch that. That's short. That's short. Only movies that I'll watch that have no explanation for them is a Hallmark Christmas movie. Okay, because apparently Christmas defies all logic. Damn it, Jamie, you've got 2 weeks to get a story. Now go to this mysterious island and meet the locals and write something terrible about them. Okay, she gets there.
And she loves the Islanders.
No, the island is just okay, but the people are simple. And then the guy that she has an issue with is probably the one that transports her. He's either the guy that flies the plane to get to the boat on the island, or he's the one that works at the hotel.
He's got goals.
No, he doesn't. It's like, you know what?
Hashtag goals.
I used to be, really about life, and then my wife died.
Can you so you know how you like simple things?
What?
Those movies to me are simple. They're a little warming. They get your heart a little, and you don't have to think.
That is, I will say, at least not watching you, Gigi. Geely? Goddamn, no, I'm not watching that. No.
That was a terrible movie.
No. So yeah, so now, yes, all her movies on Hallmark tend to be like that. But as long as it's a Christmas movie, I'll do it. But somebody I used to know, that sounds awful. Awful.
Honey, what's your favorite Christmas Hallmark movie?
Christmas Story?
No, I'm talking about, you know what, the KFC movie.
Oh, yo, my favorite Lifetime movie of all time
is it Lifetime?
It was Lifetime. Yeah, we watched it for Christmas 2.5 years ago. It was Mario Lopez's Colonel Sanders. Those 11 herbs and spices that were going to change the world. That was an awesome special, actually. I think that's right.
It was terrible.
It was awesome. It was awesome. I can see why Mrs. Sanders was about that Colonel Sanders love, okay? The man had muscles and a bolo tie. He was about it. Coiffed hair that's gray and a gray and white mustache.
So, okay, question.
Colonel Sanders Lopez. That was awesome.
So, question for you.
Yes.
So, you loving that movie so much.
Which one?
The KFC one.
Yes.
Do you think you're playing into any stereotypes there?
No, because he hadn't made the chicken yet, okay? He had 11 herbs and spices. Nothing was going to be deep fried. He had a plan and he had ambition and goals, okay?
Colonel said he go like to KFC.
God damn it. Why would you do this to me? Get out of here. You've been long conning me.
Oh, honey. I mean, it's okay if you like fried chicken. It's all right.
Wow. It's because you made me eat chicken wings yesterday.
You asked for chicken wings.
I like wings, just not the fried ones, okay? All I'm saying is that the movie could have been, hey, I'm going to grill them because I'm more, conscious about my customer base in the future, okay? All she had was 11 herbs and spices, and he married a woman with money to make his dream come true. That's all, okay? Fried chicken is good. It's okay. It's just because
He
it's the
can't
fact
do the breading.
I can't do the breading. Number one, and number two, it's like I don't want to order. And someone goes to the back. It's like I knew it. Hey, they do like it.
Well, like, they already have it ready for you before you order.
Exactly.
Put it in your hand.
I feel weird. Like, I actually told Shira we went to Houston last week, and like I wasn't even thinking about it, but I was like, I bought the grape donut.
Oh yeah. Embrace this month.
I was like, damn. And I knew the guy looked at me like before I put it in the box, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna eat this donut begrudgingly because I'm hungry, but
He's like, give me the grape one.
And it was during Black. I was like, God damn it! I did order a grape donut during Black. Son of a bitch. Awful.
And it wasn't good, was it?
It was, and it was basically grape pop rocks on a donut. It was
Okay.
yeah, it was that and like the tart. What was that stuff? It was a powder you dip the dippets.
Yeah, like the Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Or the sweet tart, whatever. So you had some grape Kool-Aid on a donut. That's what we're going with. I can't. Oh Lord. Whew. Did you eat chicken butt or no?
No.
Oh my God.
Y'all are ridiculous. Fun dip. I can't stand y'all. Oh, John Douglas, open the door, go on the flurry potty, walk with the dinosaur. Mr. Douglas. So yes, oh my God, I was taking L's all over the place. So now I gotta watch 2 more rom-coms, one of which is gonna be that awful Somebody That I Used to Know.
I feel like maybe I'll pick a classic rom-com for the third one.
How classic are you trying to go for a third one?
I don't know what that I really like.
Chat, y'all might have to throw out some
probably that
rom-coms.
One with the it's a dating app and the guy's like an ex-baseball player. You really hated that one.
What was that one?
He was suing the
No,
app.
I am not watching that movie. No. So this guy it's Damon Wayans Jr. Who's 6'2", as an ex-baseball player that decides to become a physical therapist, right?
Yeah.
He's gone on 999 dates and he can't find someone to date him. Really? At 6'2", ex-baseball player that likes helping old people. Okay. All right.
He can't find a genuine someone to date him, honey. A true connection. And that's what the app promised.
At 6'2".
Therefore, he sued because he said it was false advertising.
If you go on 900 dates, I think you failed right there. That's all.
How many dates did you go on?
What?
On a dating app? Like, if you had to count all your dates, how
only
many
one I date with you, my love. That's the only one that counts.
No.
That is the only one that counts. I don't know what a dating app is before I met you. What is that? Wait, how many?
Are you afraid of your number? Is it too low, too high? Like...
It's none of your business during my month.
Oh my God.
Went on up to no, not doing this shit no more. You were going to be the last straw. You were this close to being another story because you took so long to answer.
Honey, I mean, I can't help it. I was working. I was in a new job. I couldn't just be like texting all day long, writing paragraphs to people.
I mean, you did have a lunch break. That's all. What?
Where I had to meet new faces and people in the building. The work never stops, honey.
I will not watch that movie again. No.
Why do you hate that movie?
Because you know how the movie was for me? Hey, do you remember me? No. Bye. That's the movie.
You give up too easy, honey.
I have to make you remember me again for you to forget me the next day.
Oh, okay, wait a minute. So when I'm old and I start forgetting things, you're not going to be sweet to me and try to make me fall in love with you?
I will not write a story about us again. No.
Why? Our story's great. Look at it.
It is, but it's a long story, though.
Wow, so you're too lazy to write our story.
No, I'm going to be too frustrated when I get to the good part and you forget. And be like, where's my potato salad? No. And the thing is, it's likely that I'm probably likely to lose my mind first, and that's going to be the most annoying thing.
And so do you want me to just say goodbye?
Show me a picture. That's it.
Show you a picture.
This you, this me. This us.
That's-
Dim's the dog, dim's the kids.
And that's good enough.
Remember, write me a sticky note.
And and then you're gonna be like, ooh, an action figure.
Yeah.
And run away.
Yeah. Wait. What?
Huh?
What, an action figure run away?
No, like I'm showing you the pictures and you're like, yeah, I don't remember that. And you're like, ooh, an action figure.
Yeah, and you could be like, I bought that. Oh, you did. Wow. That's nice. I like you. Who are you again? See?
Oh man. I am
What?
so worried if I lose my memory first. I don't think you're gonna take very good care of me.
I will. It's just I can't let you. I'm gonna have to have you on one of them leashes.
What?
Because you're gonna walk off and forget stuff. I see how you are with your phone. This lady puts her phone like in the console. 2 minutes later, I left my phone at home. It's right in. I could see. I had to look with my left eye while I'm driving to see where she puts it because I know she's gonna forget. And that was yesterday. That's why I need to have a leash put on you, man. If I hear a door close, you got 5 feet before you get snatched back. Okay. Let them know. Everyone, let us know what our plan is for when the other one starts to lose it. I'm not saying I'll put you in a home. I'm just saying that if I can't keep an eye on you 24/7, I need someone that does. That's all. That's all. What?
I'm gonna be a jerk when I'm old.
No, because
I know you're not gonna have great sight in the other eye either. I'm just gonna bob and weave.
Okay. I'm gonna eat your applesauce. Something tasty in there. Have a nice nap. We're gonna have the best nap ever with this applesauce. Yeah.
Nope.
It's crazy ego. My wife's the same way. Something about them Southern white girls, and yeah, I know.
What?
I know. Her and her mom. I watched them both lose their phones within 10 minutes of each other. I just looked at, father-in-law. I was like, okay, you do it too? Okay, it's not just me. I'm not tripping. Always losing your phone. It's like, oh, here it is, and you just pull it out of your bra. It's
yeah,
like, oh my God.
mean, I do that a lot. I put it here, and I forget that it's there. Like
The thing is, you don't do a check. You don't.
No, I do now because I know that's usually the first place.
You don't bother me with that.
So even on my class trip to South America, all my girlfriends started to learn that, like, when I say where's my phone, they were like, hold on, it's probably right here.
It's the fact that you freak out and then you're loud about it, and then I turn around and look for it, and you're like, oh no, it's here. Or you don't tell me sometimes. So I'm halfway in the other room looking for stuff. Like, did you call it? But it's right here. I was like, I know you didn't. You didn't tell me where it was. So yeah, sometimes I just want to headbutt her, but I'm not winning that war.
Oh no, I got a strong foot. See this five head? I got it.
Yeah, but you use the crown of your head too. Like, this isn't the NFL, man. I'll be like, hey, stop that. Crowning. Go over there. Go sit down.
I don't know if that's the term we should use.
See, yeah, you found it in Pinnell's case. It's the places y'all find, it just bothers me. It's like, how did you remember what you wore the third day of third grade, but how you can't tell me how your phone got in someone else's pillowcase? It's like, babe, call my phone. Yes, call my phone. But the thing is, it'd be in their hand too. Babe, you see my phone? Call my phone. Call my phone. Yeah. I was like, you know what? Okay. But anyway, the other thing we're getting to now is the dating advice. So I wanted Shiro to get a TikTok so that we could actually go over these things. And I'm going to go ahead and find them and pull these up so that we can go ahead and go through them. Honey, which one did you want to check out first?
Well, let's do this guy.
Okay, so often find, so E.G.O knows it, or Shiro knows that we were both having raised in the church, but sometimes some of the advice they give is,
it's debatable.
It's debatable. It's like, I don't even know why. It's like, I'm not sure if even I would follow this advice, even if you gave it to me, because it sounds kind of funny and weird. All right, so I'm going to share it for you guys here. Make sure I got it presented on the screen, and we're going to listen to this together. All right, so here we go. Play it here, and put back a second.
I'm going to give you one secret.
Turn up a little bit, baby.
Yeah.
We're turning up a little bit so we can hear it too. Got a ghetto speaker today because I need to buy some external ones. Good
Go
there.
ahead. Yeah.
Make a standard for yourself that if you're not ready for marriage, you're not ready for dating.
What the hell?
That's all. Otherwise, you're dating for what? For fun. If you want to have fun, get a hobby. If you want to have fun, hike Badger Mountain. If you want to have fun, get swimming lessons. If you want to get fun, get a job. If you want to have fun, you don't use another person's heart for fun.
All right.
Okay.
So that was the first one, guys. Hey, don't have fun. But if you want to have fun, don't date. Honey, if you want to have fun, go get some
See,
makeup.
He gonna see me and be like, the devil's in here. The devil is among us. I don't agree with him. I think you should date for fun sometimes so you can figure out what you don't like, what you like. And nowadays, it's a lot easier to have an understanding with a person to be like, hey, I'm not really looking for anything serious. I just want to, date.
Mhm.
I want to have someone to go do something with. And, I either kind of like you or I
don't.
realize I don't like you and I'm going to move on to the next person. Now, I will say, when you're ready to date for marriage, it's different because you uphold your standards and it's an easy yes or no. You're not stringing someone along. You're not holding on to that little black book, things like that.
Pardon me?
What?
You know what? That's not time for that. I'm going to talk about it later.
Okay.
Anyway, so hey, I will say this. Can you say it's solid advice? Yeah, the only problem is the fact that you're telling this to like young people. I went to, and Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch knows exactly where I went to school because it's in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the show Tulsa King of Tulsa is filmed. And part of the issue is the fact that like you're telling 18-year-olds, hey, only date for marriage. Don't even hold hands. Don't even kiss them till your wedding day. It puts a lot of pressure on someone that young. So when they're dating, it's like, well, hey, you don't even know what your major is for the most part, let alone who you're going to be with. And if you go the 4 years without dating anyone to figure out what you do and do not like, let alone when you know your own major, by the time you get out of college, you're going to be socially awkward as hell. I was socially awkward when I got out of college.
I have so many good stories about how awkward he was. Can I share some of them?
Share one of them, honey. Please go ahead.
This man wore shoes that were 2 sizes too big for him in college because...
You know what they say about the guys with the big feet.
Uh-huh.
But that, and you don't want us to put creases in your shoes. So I am naturally a size 9.5 or 10, but I bought size 13s. Yeah. And I had a Jerry curl. Yeah. I look like the guy from Hustle and Flow.
I mean, he's attractive. It's okay, honey. But yeah, socially awkward. To me, that's socially awkward. You're trying to fit in, but you still have no game and don't know how to talk to girls.
Yeah, big feet mean big socks. I was trying to go for that route, but then, you'd walk in and the shoe come off and you can't claim it. So now you got to walk with one shoe rather than go back and tell people you lost the shoe because it's 3 sizes too big.
Did you put socks in the toe or
I
anything?
actually had Soul Glow.
What
products.
is that? Oh, that's a hair product? Was Soul Glow on Coming to America? Oh, honey.
I activator and everything.
Did your shirt get wet? The back of your shirt?
Not really, because there was a process. I had to work a cap to kind of seal it in.
Oh.
Moisture.
Okay.
Try not to laugh, though.
I'm trying not to laugh, but some of those things are just too funny.
So this is the thing. My whatchamacallit, my mother put me through a weird R&B 2000s R&B phase, and if I could actually find the picture, you know what picture I'm talking about?
Your Jodeci picture?
Yeah, not that one. It was when I had the twist.
Oh yeah, I know.
I have to post it one day. If I have my phone here, I will go back and I can see where it is. I will have to do it later. But yes, I look like an R&B singer from like 2003 until 2009. So, if there was an R&B group that existed during that time, I was it. Everyone wanted to walk around, people would say, wow, there goes Pretty Ricky from the Mavericks. Or, that's all right.
Oh, that's a good question.
What? Here's a question never asked for, but you brought it up. Is there a social pressure for you to be more endowed than someone like me? I've never thought about it before.
That's a good question.
I didn't even I would, everyone just measures themselves just to know what they are. So the only thing is like, I'll say porn gives you unrealistic expectations for that kind of stuff.
Honey, do you understand the question?
No.
You black. He's asking if you feel pressure to be bigger.
No, not really. Hey, knock it off. No, not really. The main thing was I didn't lose my virginity until I was 25. Like, I was that socially awkward. So, you watch porn, you try to figure out what stuff to do, but that never really came up. No one would say how big or small you are in comparisons. So I was just like, well, hey, you're hearing about as the guys that have sex, and you're just like, man, I just want to have the sex too. And again, where I went to school, it's highly frowned upon. Like at one point, there were no co-ed dorm rooms, and you could only be in the opposite sex's room on designated days, but your door had to be open, and literally you couldn't have both feet off of the ground.
That was a rule, really?
That was a rule, yes. So if you jump up together, you're getting kicked out. Like that, because it was a literal rule. Because it's like they're assuming that if both feet aren't on the ground, on the floor, you're on somebody's bed, and that is the no from Jesus.
See, they really didn't take into account how crafty people are.
Oh, yeah, the baseball team was awesome with this. Like they would sneak girls in suitcases. Like they would be bringing up like in a whole, which the only thing was there's two guys who just like, I don't want to talk about it. So they would sneak women in suitcases. They would try to, if depending on what floor you would live, you have a girl try to climb up the terrace and pull her over to stay the night. Like they had a lot. Yeah, it sounded like some kind of fucked up trial. It really was. It was
just like a strict Christian university, right?
It was, yes. We would, it's literally the driest campus in America. Like it actually got voted as the driest campus in America at one point.
Is that really something you want as a campus?
What, to be the driest?
Yeah.
No, that's why I was like, they're saying it's how awful it is. So, but the weird thing was you could also get a discount at the liquor store. You said where you went to school. So, you get discounts for anything. Yeah, they were smuggling chicks. It was ridiculous.
Look at the one above it.
Okay. Yeah, the baseball team was highly popular. Yeah. We weren't even allowed to have a football team at all.
Well, so this is probably a good segue into the next one, honey. Let's do the one where they talk about the stages of life.
Life stages. Yeah. You got
it's that one.
And I got to bring it up on here. Let's go here and here. Long time. That one right here. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make
we
sure
may not have to play the whole thing.
We may have to play. Yeah, we don't have to play the whole thing. But here we go.
In order to make a relationship last, you and your partner really have to flow with each other as you guys change. Try not to cry. This is us when we first got together. 17 years. That was 17 years ago. And since then, I've been with at least 7 different versions of this guy. Spoiler alert, they're not all good.
This dude sucked, but every version of her was better than the last.
Pick up the slack for the other person at different times and literally grow up with them. And sometimes that won't work for you in your situation.
Okay. But like it or not, that's how long-term relationships go. Yeah. So be prepared. The person.
Yes. Okay. All right. So we had that one, honey. What were your thoughts?
Well, so we've talked about this before. We're not sure that we would have even liked each other as young people. Like you in your early 20s, me in my 20s. He was black.
He was awfully tan in that picture.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, I mean, like, you were this, like, huge Christian, almost man, that wanted to get married, have children, and love the Lord, which
Yes.
isn't a bad thing, but
It's a boring thing. If that's all you want.
I was a bit of a wild child, a little bit of a rebel, and like, I wanted to have fun. I wanted to be silly.
Yeah.
And I probably would have given you a heart attack at 19.
You would have, yes. Hearing her stories, it would have been a hell no for me. I'd have been, this is not how you're supposed to live life. Jesus says in the Bible, the thing somewhere in Galatians that's not the fruit of the Spirit, my love. No. It's love, joy, peace. And you say, shut up with your junior Bible quiz questions. Get a drink. I think that's what happened on that one.
Probably. Do you think you would have drank, though?
Yes.
Do you think, oh, okay, so I think you would have been drawn to me, but you would have been so conflicted.
I would, yes.
That you would have resented me.
Yes. And then I wouldn't have known how to deal with my folks with you.
Oh, yeah.
Your
folks might have, oh, never mind. I was going to say that. I'm going to hold that to myself.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. The problem is when it's the only thing. And for me, for a long time, it was the only thing. So, like, this is me before the comic books, before the action figures. It's like, what do you love to do for fun? Pray. Wow. Anything else? Dance for the Lord. Is there Christian music going on? To me, only Kurt Franklin, because, he's on the edge. He's kind of an edgy Christian. So, I like that. This is before Lecrae. So,
were you really like that, though? Like,
so we would have freestyle for shit.
Oh, I'm so ready for this.
There was.
I haven't heard this one.
We had a thing called Freestyle Fridays. So before curfew, everyone got in a circle, and if you had a dance, what was the word? A spoken word or a rap, you did it in a circle.
Oh, what about a mime?
We didn't get that creative with it. Well, the dancing was one thing, but it's like, I don't know what music we'd play, so I think we did. It wasn't a mime dance. It was just whatever music was Christian that you could put on. You would just start hitting your moves for the Lord,
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you dance like that back then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like, but then it's like, well, I could do this where they play real music, but that's the club. And they're like, well, if we go to the club, guys, we got to pray so we can make it home safely before we do all these things at the club. Okay?
And don't let the devil get into our spirit.
No, we need to leave.
Don't bring that hoe home. Oh my God.
So that we do that on Friday nights. It was like, you don't have anything better to do, and at least because once curfew hits, like if you're out past 12 on a weekday or 1 on a weekend, so like it was actually 12 for women and 12:30 for guys, because you had to escort your lady back to her dorm room, so you got the extra 30 minutes.
I mean, I don't hate that.
No.
It's kind of nice. It's encouraging of a man to take care of a woman.
Right. And so whatchamacallit, yeah, so you would but if you were still off campus at that point, you couldn't come back before 5 o'clock
in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So you had to stay at
you either stayed or you
you stay at someone's place.
Okay.
You stay at the Walmart and walk around for 3.5 hours. Or
I'm sorry. You're gonna hate this question.
What, honey?
How many times did you think you were gonna get some and ended up
every time? Lord, please let this be the night. Okay. No? Okay.
And then you end up at the Walmart?
Yes.
Oh, honey.
Yes. It's
so hard for guys out there.
Not the ones that I would hang out with. Like, I was just hanging out with her. You know what? Devil's in her.
I just have a feeling you were so nice. Like
I was. And
girls aren't very nice to nice guys when we're younger.
Yes, this is me right here. Yes. Well, no, actually, no, it wasn't. I wanted to have sex. I just couldn't get any at all. It didn't matter where I went. I was like, I even went to the Bible study group at the secular college, hoping I'd get some. That didn't work either.
Oh, honey.
Did not work either. So yes, it was a lot going on there.
I mean, everybody out there, don't get us wrong. We love the Lord. We're Christians. It's just an interesting I didn't have a family that was super staunch about it, and you did, and you went to a Christian university. So
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with our everyone was about that creed. Oh my God. Every Christian school played that song. You're just like, that's not what he's why are we playing this during chapel? That's not, you know what? Okay. I mean, all right, with arms wide open, everything has changed. Okay. It was a weird that late 90s, early 2000s was a weird time frame on there. So yeah, we're saying, hey, it's just, if you're gonna have these thoughts, it's hard to kind of tell teens that I don't know what the hell we're gonna do.
What do you mean,
Right,
tell
yes.
teens what?
Hey, don't date for fun. You want fun, go get a hobby. But don't just date for fun. It's like, well, I would say be upfront with what you want when dating.
Yes, and also I think there's some truth to teaching your child how to treat another person in general, but also be clear with your intentions.
Yeah, and I think that's it. It's like it's conflating the thing of saying, hey, don't date for fun, don't play with someone's heart. Those are two different things. Because you can date for fun because, like, well, hey, I want to do something with someone that actually enjoys doing this too, that happens to be the opposite sex. And if it turned out to be something greater than that, that's fine. But if not, we were just having fun anyways. Because that's what the dating apps now at least would tell you, like, hey, what are you looking for?
Right.
Is
but
it fun?
How
is
many
it
people are honest on that, I guess, is the question. I can't tell you how many dates I went on where, like, I'm looking for, they say, I'm looking for something serious, and and then
Have
really,
you been on Christian Mingle?
No, I did not do that because I heard like horror stories essentially that they're all just trying to hook up, but I feel like that's every site.
Right.
Go to your bed right now.
So that's all I'm saying is that, it's kind of hard to do these things when it's either, I would just say, hey, if you're clicking on everything, that's fine. If you want to say dating, relationship, fun, friends, you can do that. That's fine. It's just, again, you're up front with all four of those things. And then maybe after the third date, you want to ask.
Why you got to wait till the third date, honey?
Because everyone knows the first date is to make sure you are who you say you are and you're not crazy. The second one is to make sure you're emotionally stable and actually have goals that align with yours, maybe values. The third one is when things are supposed to get physical at some point, okay? I'm not saying grab a butt, grab a titty. I'm saying if we're going to go out dancing, are we dancing like this, 3 feet apart? Or are we dancing like
Room
this?
for the Lord, please.
Well, he said this is okay.
He said that was okay.
Yes. So that's why I'm saying, at least if you're upfront with what you want, that works. All right.
So, okay, another question. Why? So, given your 3 dating rules there,
yes,
your 3 date rules, why did you continue to go with me when on the first date I was asking date 3 questions?
I assumed that this would get physical faster then once we got to third. We're at 1 and 3. Well, that's why second date, you're the one that want to say we can engage physically because you said, hey, go salsa dancing on a Monday.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, there was salsa dancing, and if I have enough rhythm, then date 3, which you turned down at first because you had volleyball.
I did have volleyball.
Right. She turned down our physical third date because she had volleyball, but then it got canceled. She's like, hey, the island party you talked about? Don't want to? I said, yeah. And then I was like, I had to game plan it with the council of my homies. I said, yo, just nice. What I got to do? He's like, yo, make sure you got alcohol back at your place in case you want to continue the party. You got more of the liquor at your place. Did you clean your apartment, bro? I
thought
dusted.
the rule was
I
not to bring a girl back to your place.
I violated my rules for you, my love.
You're so cheesy.
You're so upset that I'm telling you the truth. Boop. So, once she said that, I was like, yo, that means dating time, mating time is third date, okay?
Wow.
We've held the hands and I've held a waist. Now let me see if I can hold a butt while we dance. And then you had more rhythm than I did when the Caribbean Beats came on. So I was like, oh, it's a go. But I will say I did ask before I said I was going to kiss you, though.
You did?
Yeah. How much drinks did you have?
No, well.
How many hurricanes did you have that night?
I didn't have many. I had like 2.
2 was a lot. 2 was a lot.
2.
It's just strong. But yeah, I said,
you asked me?
Yes. You said, okay. and that was it.
Oh, I must have really liked you because usually if someone asked, like,
Wow.
cut the moment and asked
Respectfully,
me, I would have been like, oh, you just ruined it.
ma'am. Anyway, so yes,
So for me, the whole asking thing, I get it. Some people want that. Some people don't. I think that if you're leaning in for a kiss, that's you sort of asking, like not just like grabbing someone's face, right? But if you're leaning in for a kiss and they lean too,
I wasn't.
then it's a go.
We were this right here.
I know.
I said, I kiss you now. You're like, okay. Yes.
Well.
And then I said, I have more alcohol in my face. She said, okay. And then,
That's all I say is okay to you.
yeah. When you've been
It's
drinking.
like my text messages.
Yes, just like your text. I was like, oh, so
Okay.
that's what that's like. Okay. Yes, we decided to just cut the nonsense. I just tell I can see it and everyone now. Yeah, exactly.
It does
Straight
make
up.
things so
Straight
much
up on that one.
easier.
But yes, that is why. All right, so we're gonna do the one that we actually were like, oh hell no, we ain't doing this at all. This one right here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right, we'll see. We're gonna see how y'all think on this one too. All right, I'll bring this one up. Make sure we got it on here. Y'all can see it. Cool. All right. So here you go, right here. Make sure I'm not gonna report. Nope. Wrong thing. Nope. I do not like this TikTok saying I am.
You're probably not ready for marriage. Number one, if you're cheating, like
that's a no.
Duh.
Number two, if you think you're ready for marriage. If you think you're ready for marriage, chances are you got no idea what you're getting yourself into.
Number three, if you think love's an emotion, fam, I'm not even gonna get into that.
4, if you're dating for fun, because you shouldn't be using people.
There you go again.
Number 5, if your friends are cheating on their partners and you don't even care, I'm snitching.
Number 6.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Are you snitching?
No, I'm not.
I'm not snitching either. No.
Honestly.
No.
I mean, if my
Go ahead.
that's so hard. Like you don't want to get in a good friends in between the relationship, but at some point they're gonna come back to you and be like, you knew. It's a pride thing. If everybody knows except for you, it's very hurtful to your pride. So I can understand wanting to tell someone. Okay, so if I found out my best friend's husband was cheating, I'm telling my best friend in some kind of manner, like, hey, you might want to look into this. Not like, no, for sure. Like, hey, I heard this. Go check it out. But if my best friend is cheating on someone, I'm not snitching. I'm going to tell my friend, like, yo, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that. But everybody goes through something in their life, or relationships go through something in their life, and it's for them to deal with, right? I guess that's how I feel about it.
Fair point.
I don't know if that's contradictory or...
You know how I am, honey. I'm always afraid of it being an open thing, and then I get an invitation. So that's... It's not that I care enough not to tell you at this point, because I don't know how far this rabbit hole goes down. It's You I have a hall pass. Says wear it out Wednesday. I don't want to hear anything like that.
For you, I guess the question is, if you knew your friend was cheating on his wife and we go on a double date, are you going to be able to hold it together?
Yes.
Like, you're not great at lying.
I'm not great at lying. That's assuming someone asks me the question.
Oh, okay.
If you don't ask, I'm not going to say anything. Then I can take it out of my mind. It's like, hey, we're doing this right now with these people and no one's asked me. But if someone asks me, I was like, well, apparently you knew to bring us out in a public location where I can't lie now. I can't leave. So you knew, and you making me feel bad because I knew and you didn't address it with your person in private. So now we got to have this knockout, drag out fight in public. I don't do well to those situations. But it's like, if I know, I'm like, hey, I thought that was a thing that y'all did. I didn't know.
Have you ever been in that situation before? Like where you knew someone was cheating and
Yes.
but had to hang out in a group
Yes.
with everybody?
Yes.
To the thing
Yes.
so we can see comments.
See what? Oh,
flip
comments
to
on
the
that one.
thing so we can
Yes.
see comments.
Let me see what we got on here. Where were you? The asked question is, would you want your friend to tell you if the situation was reversed?
Yeah.
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Really?
If I suspect, I'm hiring a private investigator.
Well, so I think that's the thing, right? I live by this statement as a woman dating men.
Mhm.
Men have patterns because y'all are kind of simple sometimes.
Yeah,
Like,
we're done.
you literally, once you have a pattern, you pretty much stick to that pattern. So it is really noticeable when that pattern changes. And we get suspicious. I mean, early on in our relationship, I think when you were trying to find the ring or something
Jesus
and doing all that
Christ.
stuff, I was like, something's different. Something is wrong. I didn't think you were cheating, but I was just like, there's something you're not telling me. And we got in, oh, my birthday, my first birthday, you want to tell us?
Which one was that? Whose birthday?
Well, you got me the AirPods and they got sent to the wrong address, but you were trying to tell me. Oh,
No,
never
that
mind.
was the sauce thing.
Oh, yeah, it was. It
So
was. Yeah.
I didn't know how to make roti, right?
Roti.
I know
Yeah.
how to make roti, but Shiro's best friend's mother is like pretty much like her second mom, and so she gave me the recipe and she put it in a jar and she mailed it. The only problem is like it wound up in like this next state over for some reason, and so I'm freaking out because her birthday's getting closer. I'm trying to make this recipe, which is pretty intricate, and I can't explain to her why I'm driving into Delaware to pick up a piece of mail. So she asks all these questions with answers I'm not really sure how to figure out.
You're
But
not prepared to answer
I'm not prepared to
me
answer them at all.
at all. And
This
I have
is-
80 questions.
This is 3 months.
Trying to fix it, basically.
Yeah, this is 3 months before we actually moved in together. So like, she was gonna have her doubts on it, and so I don't even know how I fixed it. I had to tell you, right?
No, you actually didn't. You actually did pretty good. I don't think you told me. I think we went to Panera and then you were like, I don't think you told me.
I didn't. I'm not.
Maybe you did.
It's
I
one of the
don't
few
know.
times where I actually got away with it, you know. But I was like, hey, no, I think Miss Box had to calm me down. I think that's what it was.
Okay.
Like, what a family friend had to like calm her down and be like, hey, it's for you what he's getting, so just chill out. And that's what happened. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd want a friend to tell me. I want to be like, you know, it'd be like one of those old school things where like you come in and you close the door, and I do like the what movie is that where he cuts the light on? It's like, oh, so where have you been?
There's a few movies where they do that.
I forget the number one movie where they actually got it from. I'm probably gonna remember it at a random time, but you know, I'll have the photos out so there's no mistaking what it is. You know, a friend telling you, it's like, I wouldn't want a friend to tell me. I'd rather just say I hired someone to make sure that I knew. You know, because if the friend is wrong, like now it's weird.
So, but what if they're not cheating? Are you telling your significant other that you hired a PI?
Depends.
Depends.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between the PI and doing something like War of the Roses, where that we listen to?
I would never have a crap ass radio station call you. Okay, there's a radio station that where to find out they're cheating, they actually call the person suspected of cheating and say, hey, yo, do you go to this grocery store? Yes. Hey, congratulations, you won like a $50 card for groceries and 36 red roses. Who do you want to send them to? And if the guy's on the straight and narrow, he's like, yo, send them to my wife or the person I'm actually with. And if they're not, they'll try to send them to the new girl or new guy. And so that's how they try to bust people, right? I would just hire private investigator people. Don't have them on a radio show giving out, and these people will give out real names too. Like they were like, hey, what's the person that you think your name is? Sandy, that bitch. What's your partner's name? Brian. You need to call him right now. No, there's absolutely no way. And it turns out the one we were watching, it was like, hey, look, you wouldn't let us host a party in our house for a year after we got it. So after happy hour, I brought my coworkers back to the house. That's why she knows where the feminine products are in the house. Did she apologize? No. She's like, I just feel like you've been different the last few months. It's like, wait, what? The reason that she knows where she was in the house is because I brought everybody back because she wanted to wait a year. She
really couldn't get over that. She was more upset that he brought people to their home because it wasn't perfect than anything else, I think.
Yeah, I won't publicly shame no one. Like if it's an in-house thing, it's in-house. That's all that I'm saying. That's where I would.
I think that's and I think that's where it leads into the conflict between like telling someone or not. Because even if it's between you two, your pride is hurt. Like my significant other is cheating on me, and now someone knows about it, and I have to kind of like deal with that. So
yeah, I will I will say this. It's like, well, if we're out and we see like one of our friend's significant other with somebody else, I'm gonna try to run down the logical reasons why. You know what? Maybe they're at Panera to plan for their birthday. Maybe their birthday's coming. It's not for another 8.5 months, but maybe they're planning it now so that in the future they'll be ready. That's what I would try to do.
Huh.
What?
Huh.
Because
would you like observe their body language and all that stuff, or
I would.
Okay.
I would, but I would try to run through. Maybe they're planning stuff because I know that I've done things to plan for you. We live in your home city now, so imagine how someone would feel if they saw me with one of your friends out at Panera.
Well, you'd be like this though.
I would. That's right.
The whole time.
Hey,
and they'd be like, "What's wrong with him?
Go sit over there. Go sit over there." Why? Can't take chances. Can't take chances. It'd be like them park bench meetings where you sit on one side, they sit on the other. Like, we're just planning birthday. Can't risk it. Can't risk it. No. That's exactly. So that's how I would do it. All I'm saying is that I don't know how it would work. Yeah, radio thing is a bit much, right? Or vengeance. Yeah. Now I will say that someone was saying in the chat, like, if there's an issue with like possible public harm coming, then I definitely have to tell.
Yeah.
Like, hey, yo, person that I saw them with, I know I recognize them. They got warrants. So it'd be best if you stay with us tonight. That's all. If it's an escalation, if I can see, I don't really remember a lot of faces, but I remember your face specifically from a warrant that was issued, or if I saw your name on a Walmart poster. You
look at those that closely?
I don't know. That's the thing is like if I would see one in passing and then I could actually link it together, then maybe yes. See what you called me an autist? I hear it. Whatever. I know who that is. That's Jimmy from Walmart. He's got problems.
I'm just saying, like, you don't see much, but you're gonna remember the face of a Walmart
That's how bad
poster.
It must be. That's how bad it has to be if I remember it. So I think we had 7, but this was at 6 though.
Oh.
For 6, if you haven't addressed the baggage or trauma in your life,
there's a lot of work to do there.
Better go to therapy.
Number 7, if you're gonna let gender roles rule your marriage. If you don't go to the kitchen,
whatchamacallit, with the gender, I think that was pretty much all the ones they had on there.
Yeah, that's it.
I was like, with the gender roles, I mean, we have ego and shiro roles.
Yeah.
We do. You're great at cooking because you've seen how I cook, and that's not great.
No, it's terrible.
It's terrible. Yes, I agree. I'm good at baking. I know I do the dishes, and I can mop a floor.
Yeah.
And I can sweep. I can wash and fold clothes. What do you do in this house? I'm joking.
Wow. I mean, that's a fair question. That is a fair question. You do the cleaning. I cook. When I clean though, it's like OCD clean, and he hates it. He's like, "What do you need now?" Like
random times.
Yeah, I'm like, "Well, you got to do this and you got to move that," and he's like,
"No,
what?
We have to clean up. Why? The plumber's coming over. He's seen worse than this." Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here. Gender roles never were a huge deal to me. Not because I learned early on. People have things they're better. Mm-hmm. Exactly. She doesn't like the way I fold clothes, but she's not gonna fold them, so she has no say in where the clothes wind up.
Can we just talk about that?
What?
Hurricane E.G.O. Okay.
Hurricane E.G.O.
He will put away some clothes, and typically, like dishes. This applies to dishes as well. Like, I do not complain because, like, he's doing it, right? It's not something I have to do all the time, and I'm grateful for it. However, why can't we just put all the socks in one drawer, all the t-shirts in one drawer?
I did that.
All the pants in one drawer.
You didn't like where I put them. That's the problem you have.
You mix them. You make just like you mix the dishes. You know how long I spent looking for a whisk the other day?
Besides the top where the whisks would be.
No, you put it on top of the coffee maker. There was no rhyme or reason for it.
Huh.
So that's the problem I have with you putting away things, because I have no idea where to look, and I get frustrated because he knows exactly where all of his clothes are. But when it comes to my clothes, I have nothing.
She's like, I need a bra. This one, that's not the right one, but it's a bra. Like, no, it's the other one. What other one? You know, the good one. I don't know. I don't know. These are all titty hammocks to me. I don't know what else you're supposed to do with these. But that's not the one that I want. I mean, well, where's the one that you want? You put it somewhere. I don't even know. I just have this one. I don't know where the rest of them are. I've offered to buy her at least 5. She can have a rotation. But no.
That's fine. He'll buy me 5, but I guarantee you the first time we wash them all, I'm only going to be able to find one.
Sounds
so
like,
what's the point?
I mean, they're clean if you can find them. I mean, kind of where I was going with that. I mean,
is that how you keep things interesting, honey?
Yeah, hide stuff. Yeah, I put things where I know you're not gonna find it. You gotta be mad at me now. Guess you're gonna have a hard time finding socks.
I think even worse for me is when we haven't put the clothes away and I separate them for us. Like, hey, these are all your underwear. Hey, these are all my underwear. And he gets ready in the morning and literally, like a dog, starts, like picking up clothes and mixes them all back together. And I'm like, you couldn't see that was just your underwear? Like, what happened?
I mean, all of mine, I have colored underwear, so I know where mine. Oh, those are the red ones.
Yeah, blue, but apparently green. They were in one pile, and then you mixed the piles to find them.
Because I didn't find the ones that I wanted. Nope. Nope, don't even do that. Nope. Nope.
But I put all of your underwear in one pile. So where else would it be?
Why would you just put it in the drawer? That's one extra step. Just say, hey, I put them in your drawer.
You know why I didn't? Because I don't know where your underwear drawer is, because there's 3 of them. Mixed. All mixed.
Top drawer.
That's it. No.
Top drawer.
Yeah. There's a reason I don't put them away, because I'm like, where is it?
Top drawer. Top drawer is socks and underpants. Anyway, but yeah, that's what do we got? Yeah, finish Circle of Jerks. Great show, guys. Nice. So I guess we'll end this out on. I want to do that one. Do you want to do this one?
Sure. I don't remember what
it was actually a good one. Closing it out on a good note.
On a good note.
On a good note on that one, then. And here we go.
Whenever I meet, people who are saying, how long have you been dating? They'll say 2 years. I'm like, so what are you waiting for? Either get married or get off the pot. So my father had always said, and I think he's right, that you only meet the person you're going to marry when you already believe that it's time to get married. People tend to meet a person, date a person. They're like, oh, I'll fall into marriage. I'll fall in love with them. And then I'll decide to get married. Wrong. You decide you're going to get married. Then you meet the person you can fall in love with, because you're thinking in a different way. When you're dating for marriage, you have a set of values. What do you want your life to look like? How do you want your life to be structured? What do you want to teach your kids? What kind of...
Okay. Yeah. So I think that goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like, you can date to have fun, but in your mind, when you're like, okay, enough tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Right. It's a lot easier to meet the person you want to marry.
Yes, when you're ready. Yeah, I mean, I would say that for me, I knew I was, because I made sure that every, friend that I pretty much would hang out with or get advice from was already married. Like, that was Excipeter and Dr. Danes, Just Nice at that point. Pretty much everyone that I was around was married. And so I saw it from Dr. Danes and Excipeter when they met when they were 14. Their story is beautiful. Like, you see the ups and downs of people that have been their best friends for almost 20 years. You see people that, got married, and then they had kids, or, had kids, then got married. So I got every aspect of what marriage was. But the main common denominator was that everyone was married. So at least you got the story of what married life can look like. And it's like, well, hey, knowing all this and getting all these perspectives, I still want to get married. And so dating with intention, you can cut out a lot of foolishness.
I agree. But so, I was married pretty early in life, went through a divorce, then went through a period of time of clearly dating for fun, because I said I'm never doing that again. But now that we're married, and I have quite a few friends who are my age, who I believe they know what they want. I believe they, are dating for something serious. but they just don't find it. So us saying it's easy, like it clearly doesn't look easy for them. I don't know.
I will say that. Okay, let's see this. I know we probably talked about it before, but when I was ready,
Mm-hmm.
you actually would try to push away because you didn't really like that. You didn't know what this meant. But when you called your friend, and what did you say?
I said, he's touching me a lot. Like, he was always like this, or grabbing my hand, or he was just touching me.
So she calls her friends like, I don't know what to think. He's touching me. He's always hugging me. I don't know if I like it. She's like, honey, that means he likes you. Oh, it does. And then 2 weeks later, we're drunk in New Orleans, and that's when he said, I love you. So I will say there's something to it, because I know that in this interview that they had with Ben Shapiro, he said he knew he got engaged to her after 2 months, like Miss Cannoli Sasquatch said. And I know that a lot of people were saying that you should know after 6 months. I knew after 6 months. I did. And the only problem is it took me 8 months to find the ring after I knew within 6 months. And then once we got engaged, we would have gotten married that same year if it weren't for a pandemic. And we wound up getting married the year later. But otherwise, yeah, generally, I know within 6 months. Yeah, after that, I was like, you know what? The longest relationship I've had was with her. So I was like, you know what? I know where this is going, and I don't mind it. And everyone else is like, when it's right, things happen pretty fast.
Yeah. I remember when I asked you, like, hey, why don't we just live together since your lease is coming up, my lease is coming up. And at first you were like, no, I thought we were going to wait another year. And I was like, what? So this man not serious.
Then she said, well, hey, you can go ahead and keep coming back to Philly and getting parking tickets, or you can move closer to where you live. And I was like, ooh, I'm saving money. What did you say about moving in again? Let's do that.
Wow, I was a convenience.
It was. Half the time I just try to take credit for her ideas and laugh. She's like, hey, you should turn left. And I'll turn around. I was like, you know what? I'll turn left. I'm glad I thought of that.
Yeah, the worst is I'd like give him an idea, like, hey, we should do this and this. Like, I think things through. And he'd be like, yeah, I don't know about that. And then like 3 days later, so I talked to Justin Ice and a Sipiter, and I think we should do blah, blah, blah. Like, I just told you that.
I give her credit for that. I was like, you know what? I just had to go with a council with your request to make sure it was in line with the council. The council agreed. We all raised hands and bumped fists. What? As if you don't go back to your council to talk about things?
No, because I trust myself to make my own decisions.
Wow.
Maybe after I make the decision, I say
you will sit up here and lie after you told everyone
I'm
you
not
had to have help with me touching you.
Well, I didn't like you touching me all that much.
Really? Look at it, right?
I wasn't used to people like
PDA?
so affectionate. Yeah.
That's okay.
I just wasn't used to it.
Okay.
And I didn't know what it meant. I couldn't compute it in my
You don't
head.
know what this, hey, I'll see you later. That didn't.
I thought it was creepy. I don't know.
You watch Lifetime movies. Those are way
See,
creepier.
I thought you were like gonna be a serial stalker, or like, you know,
you knew where I lived.
Peering with one eye through the curtain.
Or am I gonna ask which eye you thought it was? Ridiculous. Anyway, guys.
What, honey?
What? Anyway, I love you. say mean it.
So
Patrice,
out of control.
You gotta watch Patrice O'Neal with that. It was hilarious. When a guy's having a good time and then your wife comes in and bothers you, say, hey, give me a kiss. Mean it. So that's what we do in a kiss, because it is so funny. Anyway, guys, I think that's pretty much all that we have for today. Anything?
No, we're trying to react into some videos. I hate TikTok. One, no matter what we search for, I'm just like, ugh. I'd rather it would be a lot easier to react in the moment, I think. But we tried it out. I don't know.
Let's do this, guys. If you know of any TikTok videos or anything on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. That's either terrible advice or you want to get our thoughts on it. Let us know. Send it to us through DM or Facebook or Twitter on there. I think the next one that I might talk to you about is if it's racist to like big butts.
Oh, we forgot to talk about
We'll
that.
have to throw that one on there. All right. If y'all have
we still gotta hit that one during Black History Month. You know that, right?
That means we have to do that next week. So you want to talk about liking big butts next week? Racist big butts.
Racist. Big
You want a big butt with a Klan helmet on it?
What?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know because the question is it racist?
You
to
threw
like
the
big
Klan
butt?
out there, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get canceled."
Okay. Well, no, I mean, see, I'll be reading it during my month. I can't get canceled. Okay.
Okay.
You can only help me to get canceled by promoting the supremacy. Okay.
Yeah, but they're probably gonna say this is white supremacy because I'm making you like say these things and do the podcast with me, so you're systemically oppressed.
I didn't think it was gonna be that deep. Wow. I have things to think about now. I'm being like, where's my CNN money at? She made me do it.
This oppressive society made you marry a white girl with a big ass.
Wow, I can go so many ways with this one. Wow. Okay, I might have to read that one. I might have to read that one next time. Whatchamacallit? Hey, do you all do reactions to music? I have a few songs for if you do. We will.
Sure, yeah.
We will send music via Twitter DM or Facebook or email. I will throw my email in here. Whatchamacallit? It is. I got it right there. All right, so that is my email. But yes, please, anything I want us to react to or listen to, send it to us. Because that would be hilarious, especially with our music tastes are so different.
Yeah.
I try to listen to music and she's like, "Are you gonna start scatting now?" Like, it's just an instrumental music, but I feel that this is gonna be a jazz thing for you, and so her music is always all over the place. So yeah, anything. Oh, you want to talk about it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, actually.
Okay.
All right, y'all. If y'all want to see,
you have it up, don't you?
I can find it. Let me see
I
where.
thought you pulled it up.
I didn't have it, but I'm gonna find it now. Okay, let me go on my email here. Okay, it's in here though. I know where I sent it.
I cannot lie. You up about this kid tonight?
Except if it's racist.
Oh my gosh! Why don't you just type in big butts? Are you afraid what you'll get?
I am very afraid what's gonna happen. I'll
see your porn list. Is that what'll happen?
I hope not. I deleted my history last week, so let's see. Woo! Found it. Thank God. Okay.
Oh man.
All right, guys. I'm gonna show y'all.
Okay. They put a big ass up there.
That's just a toss. Okay. Are we gonna show y'all this? This is literally the article itself. Okay.
Oh, it was an article. That's
yes,
right.
Article. Yes.
I didn't read it, so
no, that's why I wanted to have it on here for you. So this is from Unheard. Guys, is it racist to like big butts? The demure discourse guilt trips white women. Oh shit, this is gonna be good. All right, so here we go. The human butt has long been the object of all manner of obsessions. We worry over its size, its shape, whether or not it has cellulite on it. I don't really ask those questions. How it looks in a pair of jeans. But now a new source of concern emerges. The alarming possibility that one's butt, or at least one's relationships to butts, generally is racist. Okay, for this we may think the existence of Butts, a backstory. It's a book, wow, by journalist Heather Radke. This is going to be interesting for book club. To be fair, it surely is not Radke's intention to inculcate racial anxiety into her readers. Butts feels like a passion project. I bet it is. Deeply researched. I bet it is. And fun to read, offering a deep dive into the history and culture of human rear end from the Venus Calypygi.
Wow.
Calypgian.
Okay. They put a lot of thought into this.
Buns of Steel to Sir Mix-a-Lot's seminal rap celebrating all things gluteal. It is a topic ripe for well-rounded analysis, so to speak. I bet it is. But having been written in very particular milieu of 2020's America, Butts unfortunately falls victim to the contemporary vogue for viewing all matters of culture through a racial lens. The result is a work that not only flattens the butt, figuratively, makes the book feel ultimately less like an anthropological study and more like an entry into the crowded genre of works which serve to stoke the white liberal guilt of the NPR tote bag set.
Wait, okay, so what white liberal guilt?
Listen, okay, look.
Should I feel guilty because I have a big ass?
I'm trying to figure out that by reading this. It says
okay.
the book is insistent on this front. Butts are a black thing, and liking them is a black male thing. And the appreciation of butts by non-black folks represents a moral error. Cultural theft or stolen valor, or some potent mix of the two. Among the scholars and experts quoted by Radke on this front is one who asserts that the contemporary appreciation of butts by the wider male population is coming from black male desire, straight up, point blank. It's only through black males and their gaze that white men are starting to take notice. To paraphrase a popular meme, fellas, is it racist to like big butts? That's about as much as I can read.
Yeah.
Because I got to get... we'll go to the chat and see what thoughts they have so far on big booties. Yes. What should we call here? I thought human evolution over the ages decided what we were drawn to. So now that evolution isn't a big deal, it's through the rose-colored lens of race. Yeah. Well-rounded. Oh gosh, children got butts. Exactly, honey. Since it's my month, I need to know how this makes you feel.
How it makes me? Oh, don't let my white privilege take over your month. Well, I mean, on a serious note, though, like, are they saying
Basically,
so,
they're saying...
hold on. Should they say I should feel... So I get they're talking about, like, white men liking big butts now. It's a thing, whatever. But and they're saying that big butts came from black women and black men liking those big butts. So should I feel guilty that I have a big butt because I'm white and now I'm married to a black man?
I think that's what they're trying to say. It's like, hey, you need to unplug your ass and give it to someone else that doesn't have one that's black, so I can look at that one.
And see, I look at this in a whole different light. That, like, for a while, I think it was said that black women were, had larger butts. Okay, not all black women do. We know that. But, like, they were objectified and sexualized. And now it's like women are getting BBLs and stuff like that. Like, isn't that almost like an homage to how beautiful people think it is now, instead of saying like this is a bad thing?
So Justin Ice, Justin Ice basically did helped me with all my workouts. Basically, the thing he said, that what you think you want to work on that you think will get you noticed doesn't get you noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So, from a distance, your chest to waist ratio will work if you're trying. If someone's like, hey, if I were to move my things out of my house and I want someone to move, that guy, wider chips, smaller waist, he can actually pick up things and take care of it. But
yeah,
you think your chest is gonna get you noticed. It doesn't. Your abs, not really.
Yeah.
Quads, no. It's gonna be your back, your butt, and your hamstrings.
Man's back. Woo!
Right. So, and that's the thing, is like homosexual women, round ones, just
wow, honey.
It's a marble booty.
Marble booty.
Mm-hmm. Just slabbed it from marble. Just he was like, I does not protest to like big butts. Pray tell, I will not lie. Just carving it out.
Gosh.
So, thank you, sir. I'll look at it and see if I can save it for next week, so we can make it like an open reaction on there for both of us. But I'll check it out there. But yeah, so it's like it's so, when people work out, it's like, well, hey, I want to do arms but not legs. Well, guys aren't going to be really checking for you. You think, hey, guys, like, I just want to do, push-ups and bench press. Like, you're not going to do a row. You're not going to do any pull-ups at all, really? Okay, well, women are going to be trying to check for, like, chest, waist ratio, and things like that.
as long as you don't have girl titties.
That's true. Yeah. Well, it's like you want to have everything proportioned. Like, you want to look like you.
Yeah, you want to be proportional, I guess. I don't know.
So yeah,
everybody has their own likes, and these days I will say that I think we've talked about this before. I think white guys have become more comfortable with dating women of many shapes and sizes
That's fair.
and figures, whereas maybe in the past it was viewed that they only dated like the
Mousy
modelly
girls.
type, mousy girl, or the tiny little girls.
I will say that it's just the fact that it depends on where you want to go with it. Because I told you when we watched Married at First Sight, like there are certain white guys that that are really good looking. They are very harsh with their critiques. Like the guy that can get any woman will cross women out for just different things. Like, hey, her nose is crooked. Nope, I don't like her eyes are too far apart. Nope, her face is too shaped like a moon. Nope, her forehead's too big. So like, black guys are usually more forgiving on a lot of things. Like, hey, nice butt. I like that. I really don't. I'm not a boob guy per se. I'd rather grab a butt than anything. But that's just me. All the friends that I have that are black, we all like butts. Like, so some of the white guys, it's like it can be different finding out what they like. But if they're like, well, hey, if all I just see chicks shake their ass on videos, well, if I'm looking at her face, I'm looking at her butt. Hey, maybe I can be persuaded to like this, especially a fit butt. Like, hey, you do squats.
Yeah.
You do deadlifts. You take care of yourself. Like, hey, everything is in proportion relative to what you have. That's fine. I don't think that means
symmetry.
Symmetry, yeah.
And I think that applies to most men is the symmetry thing. Like, because, when they've done those studies where they say, okay, man, draw what that woman looked like, they really draw a shape. They don't really draw, like, the details of a face or stuff like that.
Good job, sir. Ricky Van likes the butts too. Yes. Yeah, I mean, the weird thing is like, there are different points in time at which it was seen that you were wealthy if you had more weight on you in general. Like, skinny wasn't always in. And even then it was like, well, there's something, and curvy is the word now. It's like, it's kind of weird for me because it sounds like they put everyone in that.
Everyone in curvy?
Yes.
Really?
Okay, if you were to go onto any particular adult site and type in curvy, you'd find different body types that fit that description that I would not even consider curvy to me.
So when I think of curvy, I think hourglass. Like, I got a chest, I have a hip or butt. Hopefully together I have both. But
I hope so too.
Well, some people have the hips, but they have like a flat behind.
Right. Well, just I consider that you don't have it, but at that point you just got back and hamstrings. Like, there's.
But so is that what you're seeing? Or
yes. Yeah.
And so is that not curvy?
No, it's like, because the thing is, there is no curve. It's just like.
Oh, you're saying they don't have. So they look
depends.
Hourglass, but they don't have a bottom.
That's why there's nothing hourglass at bottom. It's just like, I hold up a pen. Like, hey, look at this curvy girl right here. So that's what I'm saying is that, if you like a butt, it shouldn't make it racist on there anyway. Especially if, like, well, how dare you like what I like and we like the same thing?
Right. Yeah. I guess that's So, are you okay if I eat chicken wings with you then?
Yeah, you can eat chicken wings with me.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes. I feel like this is a trap, but
I just want to make sure it's okay. I like what you like, since you're black and I'm white.
Well, as long as you eat the fried chicken first. I'm not falling for that one. Those are hers, guys. Those aren't.
Not mine.
Nope, she doesn't do it in solidarity either. Nope. No.
So I guess then, I know we're talking about butts, but you see them white girls dating the black guys and they get like braids and stuff, and like, how do you feel about that? I
would say is, if I weren't black, would you be doing it?
Okay.
That's my only thing. So, or anyone that only dates one race, I have a problem with. And it's not, I guess it's weird. It's like, everyone can have their preference.
Sorry, AJ.
We messed some chicken wings up. It was good. Those are our reparations that Shira was giving us. But yeah, so I mean, it's, if someone says they only date one race and they happen to try to look more like that race, then it can be a problem. Like, if you're German, like, I even saw this, it's somewhere online, this German chick was like, I only date black dudes. It's like, well, then we have to ask, what kind are you dating? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you're dating the guys that are into rap or like deep into hip hop, like rappers and things like that. It's like, well, why do you feel the need to only date that version of us?
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're different.
Well, I mean, on the other hand, though, like that, let's say that's considered the bad boy, right? Like some women are into bad boys, and that's the style that comes along with bad boy. So
But-
if they were to meet you at a good Christian university, they'd be like, yeah, nah, he's
Right.
not my
That's-
style.
I got that a lot. That's why the dating part sucked, because it was like, if the black person they think I am is like, well, hey, you know, well, if he's black, well, does that mean he likes Wakanda Forever? Or like, did he go see
Oh
Black
yeah,
Panther?
yeah.
That's what I mean, like stuff like that. It's like, well, hey, you know, the only women that weren't black that would date me are like the really liberal women. They have bad teeth. I'm serious. It was, you know, and you find out that I'm not, then it's like, well, he's not what I would be used to. And I talked to me and AJ were talking about this yesterday. I said that some of the problems that I have are with people that do meet me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll ask where I'm from, but they're not asking where I'm from. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like they think you're from Nigeria?
Yes. They think I'm from Nigeria and are like one of the islands. So it couldn't
Okay.
possibly just be American.
You're not Black American,
Right.
Because of the way you hold yourself, and
Right.
which is funny you say that, because you know my people say I'm not Black American. They're like,
Wakanda,
I'm
you
from
dating?
Wakanda, you dating?
Have a good one, sir.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, but yeah, so it's like, you know, it would make it particularly hard to like that, because even when I would talk to other people, they'd be like, oh, you like white girls, right? It's like, wait, why?
Even your mom thought that. You remember that?
What was that?
So the first time I met E.G.O's mom, we're all like all his brothers, mom and dad were at the table, and you know, they're kind of peppering questions. We're all chit-chatting, and his mom said, well, you know, don't you normally date white girls? And he was like, I've never dated a white girl.
This is the first one. First time I ordered ice cream without the fudge. And Jesus. So I would say only dating tall people. That's fine, because it's like that one's a biological and reproductive concept. Like, you want the person that's going to be the father of your kids to either be tall enough or a tribal leader in that respect. So it's like, hey, I'm 5'2". I don't want, if I have a son, him to have like being issues of being 5'6". So if I can get a guy that's 6'3", 6'4", 6'2", I will choose that, because I'd want my kid, if it's a son, not to have those problems. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but on the other hand, talking about like, you know, the German lady dating the black rapper guy only, like maybe she, so I will use Cubans as an example.
Mm-hmm.
The country Cuba. Some of my Cuban friends have told me that they purposefully will date someone who's lighter or something than them, so that way their hair is more fine, and you know, things like that, or their skin is lighter, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you don't want your progeny to go the same things that you do, and that can influence your decision making. That's all. So like, everyone's got their own preference with it. It's weird to me that, you know, if someone says that they only want to date one particular race, but that race is the same type of person.
Right.
If you date bad boys, that's fine, but I need to know, like, in your history what a bad boy to you looks like. If you just date drug dealers, I want to see the rainbow coalition of drug dealers you've dated. Okay. That's all I'm saying. You know, if that's what you like, then I need to see some diversity in what you like. You know, like, there are some traits that kind of make sense. There are some that are rather arbitrary, with the idea that you can find someone else with those traits and fall into another subcategory. Exactly. So that's all I say. You know, you're going to like what you like, and I don't understand how, if a larger group of people decide to like something, that's fine. I will say, as dudes, we don't really ask y'all to do anything anyway. Like, we don't really care about makeup to the extent that other women do.
I think everybody has their preferences. I mean, I've heard a lot of men say, like, I like you natural, like, but I've also met men who prefer that their woman does the whole gamut and dresses up and appears in public, you know, appropriately.
I guess it's just
appropriately. I'm put that in quotes, because
I will just say, it's like, there are certain things that as women, I know there's a lot of competition, so you want to stand out for that competition. It's just that not everything that y'all do we ask for, and if there isn't a lot of options, and like just like, hey, you moved to Atlanta, it's ass central. I mean, you know, I guess I'm dating a woman with a big ass then if I wind up being in that area. So it's like, well, between that and the Kardashians, you know, and putting that out front and center, like at a certain point, it winds up being okay. Well, hey, now butts are in.
Yeah.
Because in the 90s, it was titties in the 90s, right?
Well, like 80s, 90s, I think so. Because you have people like Pam Anderson, and
Oh,
it was big titties.
It was
titties.
Big titty city. Yep.
Yeah.
See, now we're in Asslandia. We went from Big Titty City to Asslandia. Who knows what it'll be? Hiptopia is next. I don't know. But I mean, but yeah, you guys, like we got liking a certain ethnicity now. It's being called a negative fetish. It's weird. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird that if you like an ethnicity, that's fine. It's just I'd want to know for what reasons, and then to see if there's any. Oh yeah, Dolly Parton.
Yeah, Dolly.
She was torpedo titties. But yeah, if you know.
But why do you need a reason? Do you need a reason if another black girl, like if you were in a relationship with a black girl, do you need a reason from her as to why she likes you? Like why she only dates black guys?
I'd want to know like what relationship with your parents are like, because that's gonna inform me on that too. It's not so much when you like someone that's your own; it's when you like someone that's not yours, and you prefer that over your own. Even if you're saying, "Hey, look, I had a lot of problems with being dark in junior high school. I don't want my kids to go through it."
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, I understand that. I'd want to know why. Like, even though I don't have plans to judge it, I'd want to know why, because it's different perfectly to look at something and be like, you know what, I like that. So it's like, well, okay, it just so happened that in your case, the first person I dated that happened to not be black or Haitian was you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're both from the same state. We both have the same values. And you are a bigger risk taker than I am, but I need a risk taker in my life, so it works.
Well, and also I had dated the rainbow. So you weren't uncomfortable thinking like, oh, this girl only dates black guys.
You know, even though it's a funny trope, like my best friend is black. Your best friend is black, so it was
my family is black.
Right. So yeah, her pretty much her second family, her best friend and her best friend's mom, black. So I was like, okay, this isn't just this isn't like a 90-day all black channel trial period for you. You know. You said I've been down with brown since the age of 6. So and meeting your friends, it was like going to like a delegation. So I see we have, we've got representatives from the Far East. We've got Scotland. I'm sorry, beef there. We've got Scotland. We've got the Alaska American frontier. That's Alaska. Okay, I see that equal opportunity even in your friendships. So that's what made it work. So it's just I'd be uncomfortable if someone that were dating me looked like you, and then she invites me out to hang out with her friends, and it's just all rappers. And I'm like, who in your mind am I to you?
Okay, to be fair though, I guess it's good we didn't meet in Houston, because you would have probably been a little off put, because 90% of the things I did was go to Mexican barbecues.
Yes. But then I met your friends. Their Mexican barbecue was amazing. So then I let it go.
So the barbecue has to be amazing.
It does. Like, you get a barbecue pass. This should go right here. Yeah. So, yes, as Drunk Water said, yeah, there is a level of skepticism you want to have. Like, the game is always, why are you single? If you're trying to find somebody, it's just whatchamacallit. When the preference is dating a race that isn't yours, you just want to know why. And if you're comfortable with that, and to know that, hey, what is it about me specifically that you like, apparently in addition to my skin color? That's all.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, pretty much please just, if y'all have anything to email us about these certain topics or any topics y'all want us to discuss. I don't even know if we've done interracial dating before or anything on that.
I don't think we have.
We could always go that route, but hey, anything y'all want to talk about, again, I will put my email in here. 1 second here. So I know that I already got an email. So if there's anything you guys want us to check out, please send it through DM or email on here, and we'll do a cold react to it. But for now, we got to get going because we actually got
Oh, yeah.
tickets
Oh my gosh, it's
to
on
the
119.
XFL. The San Antonio Brahmas are playing. We'll let y'all know how it goes. But for now, we are going to get out of here as soon as I figure out how to get this thing going. But guys, thank you so much, and we'll check you guys later.